probably gonna get on your right. So I want to make some casts down along this outer edge. I had been finding some fish along a certain area, and it was grass. It was a grass shoreline. And that day we had a northeast wind, and it was blowing across the grass. I'm going to just show, the wind direction was blowing something like this. And I had pulled up in the ibis and was approaching from this direction looking for beta mounts over in here and in here, when all of a sudden I saw a trout slick way over here. And the first thing that occurred to me is, okay, where did that trout slick come from? What's the structure that trout slick came from? And it was either going to be here or here. I knew that as long as I just followed the wind back up, it was either going to be here or here, or maybe in this drop off here, but somewhere in this range. So I quickly just came over here and parked the boat. Now that's what I would do if I was waiting. Now if I was drifting a reef, I would obviously come on down here and then drift through that area. But if I'm going to wade fish an area where the fish are, I'm not going to drift through it and then park the boat after I catch the first fish. That might be where all the fish came from. So if I'm going to wade an area like I did, came over here, parked the boat here, and then we got out and moved along our wade along this direction until we either find another slick, see slicks behind us, see more bait fish activity, and in the end we ended up about right here. We started seeing more bait fish activity here, and in the last couple 2 weeks really there's been more bait fish activity along here. Well, they're here. If they're not up here right now, they'll come up here pretty quick. What? About this time, Jeff sees something make a big boil chasing a little pot of mullet. Oh, really? Get on it. There, I got one. Oh, I lost. Oh, I got him. Solid fish. Told you that was a trout slick back there. This is a solid. Yeah, it's a good fish. There's been fish holding here. We didn't really see any mullet, but in the distance downwind I saw a trout slick, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna take a chance on that being a trout slick. And there you go. 20, about a 21. Not a giant, but here you can see how slow and how hard I'm twitching the one knocker to make it have the action and the sound that I want to have. My rod literally drops about 2 to 3 feet to bring it back to pop it. I'd give your cadence a lot more pop. Get that thing chugging, making some noise. I'm twitching it using a slack line twitch. I'm dropping slack into the line to pop it tight. In this bigger wave action, that side chug helps. This trout slick right here came up, I guess about 5 minutes after we got out of the boat. So we parked there. But what I had seen was a trout slick, and now it's way down there, about 200 yards, and that's what had me stop. You can't even see it because of the angle and how small it is. It's about 300 yards away now. That's what had me stop here. And you get back in that area again, and the next thing you know, you see another trout slick. You might move to that. Now this one came right by the boat, but I was casting over here, and I just caught that 21-inch trout. And we're not quite seeing a lot of mullet because we had a lot of high wind this morning from the north, and it was pummeling. It's got the bait fish activity down, but the fish are still here. Wind's trying to pick up a little bit. I mean, probably don't matter too much. That bone would show up just fine. I think they mostly feed by feel anyways. There's mullet down here in front of me. Oh, hey, something chasing down here. Just like what you're talking about. There's one. Good fish. One knocker. Big trout. Big girl. Big trout. Stay pinned, baby. Huh! There's your big girl right there. She don't even fit in the camera. And the cool thing about this bait is if you twitch it just right with a walk the dog twitch, it'll actually make a chugger-like sound. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the chuggers from bass fishing, and it's a little bit like a concave popping cork. You hit it and it chugs. It catches air under the water. Well, when you walk the dog correctly with the one knocker, when it goes sideways as you twitch it, it'll make that chugging sound. And if you're not working it just right, it's not making that chugging sound. And out here in a lot of wave action, as you can see, you need a little bit more agitation for a fish to pick up on that. Now, I believe these fish feed by movement and vibration anyways. We're actually out here, it's a little dirtier than trout green water. Mistakes guys make walking the dog, I would say not putting enough energy into the twitch. The other thing I see guys doing is they'll pull it instead of twitch it. Now, if you twitch it correctly, you're actually twitching it on slack line. I've got a whole video on that coming up, and it'll show you all the details of that as far as how much energy to put into it. Sometimes I vary the energy. If it's a calm day, I won't work it really hard, but if it's a windy day and I've got a lot of wave action, you know, like today's just a moderate day, this is just kind of moderate wave action, then, you know, I might vary it a little bit. And also I might do some where I'm popping it real good and getting that real good side chug. So vary your retrieve. Fish! Come over here! Okay, Ma. Wait, no, I still got it. I still got it. Another good one. Oh, I can't tell. Might be a big one. No, it's a big trout. Big trout. You can just stay here. Why don't you get in front of me, and I'll just keep us on the line. There you go, guys. All right, guys. Big trout here.
30 had a 1/2 inch trout. Let her go. One knocker. Beautiful, beautiful giant fish. She's ready to go. I'm gonna let her swim on. Alright guys, big fish number 2, right at 30. Just tail, just touching 30. And that's big trout number 2. Back-to-back dirty 30s on the one knocker, on the trout colored one knocker. I'm gonna let her go too. You know, it's best. These fish deserve a chance to swim off, and you guys can go get to catch it. They want it slow for some reason. I mean, it's not, I don't know why, it's just easy bait, I guess. I mean, 70-degree water temperature plus shouldn't be a hindrance to feeding from a metabolism standpoint. Right? I'm gonna get it. If you don't move, I'm gonna get you. I told you. Told you I was gonna get you. Oh, ow. What are these things? Oh, yeah, it does, but it's, there you go. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
GoPro turn on.
GoPro turn on. GoPro start recording. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Eh, 20, 22.
Still good solid fish. He's a good fisher over here. It was fun.
Yeah, good tail walk.
These fish are strong though.
Yeah, got shoulders.
Go turn into 28.
That's it.
Another little. Oh,
hey, that's a good one. I think we're. Yeah, that's a good one there. Oh yeah, when they start taking drag.
This way goes that way. That's good solid.
23, maybe 24, huh? There you go. Well, that's pretty good solid fish. Pretty. Nice job. Yes, sir. There you go. He just sucked it down. Little guy. A little bit better. Just barely hooked. The bone one knocker. Oh, okay. Let me know if it's heading my way. Oh yeah, that's a better fish. Oh, come on. That's just part of topwater fishing, you know. You get more strikes, but they just work it out somehow. Whatever you're doing it right now. You're getting more blow-ups than I am. I don't think it matters that much. I think I just got you in the fresh water now, and that's helping.
Do topwater stuff as well.
Yeah. No, that bone flash is a good color though.
Good riding boat. You can still drift down. And it drifts slow. That's the other good thing about him.
There's fish. Just came up and sucked it down. Yeah, on the little one. Not bad, guys. Another double topwater. That's a better fish. little bit bigger. Sweet.
For this last set of fish, we made one more move, and this was after the bite died down. We finished wading that one area, and we probably could have waded back through it, but we decided to go fish a similar type place that was just a little further down. I want to reiterate here that you want to, look at things like it's a pattern. The fish are holding in the same place for the same conditions, same light conditions, same tide height, same current conditions. If you're in that parameter, that paradigm, then just look for a similar type location and go see if there's sign there. So I'm going to use this same graphic again. This is just kind of working. When we finished fishing out this area, we were on the way back, and I knew I wanted to fish a similar type area. So actually, I took off. Let me see if we can get into the draw command here. So we got back in the boat. We took off, and I was coming back through here, and all of a sudden, I smelled a slick. That's right. I smelled trout slick. We looked upwind. I didn't see anything. The wind was actually getting back up again to where it was fairly high, and we actually doubled back, drove back through the same line, and both of us smelled it. And we said, for sure, there's got to be something ahead of that. All right? So what we did, we came back, drove way around it, and did the same thing. Parked up here to where there was 40 or 50 yards wade to get to where that is, and we parked the boat, anchored it, and then got out and waded this section, and this is where we caught our last set of fish. And I can't remember how many fish we caught there, but I had a 23-inch trout just absolutely slam my topwater, one knocker, and Jeff caught a couple more. We both caught a couple more, but it was a great wade to round out the day. So again, the takeaway is, look at places that are similar patterns that are nearby, and, drive downwind of them. Other things that I do is, that I've been showing the guys on the boats, is I'll park where I can see along an edge, and then I will look down that edge for bait. You can see bait on an edge better. For those of you wondering what the reel handle is doing during the walk the dog twitch, this is how it's moving. It's moving in a staggered fashion, about an 1/8 to a 1/4 turn per twitch.
Big fish, big fish. At least a good one. He popped it. Don't come off. Oh, still there, running at me. It's a chunk, probably is 23. No, I got one in the nose. Oh, and I gave her up. I almost got my hands too. Like I tell him, yeah, I have a business fish, little guy. I say little guy, he's shaking his head. Something. I still think I'm fishing slower than you. It's just a 22, 23. GoPro turn on. GoPro start recording. Another beautiful little chunk, about 20, 21. What color are you fishing with? Oh. Huh. Throwing a darker silhouette somehow. Shouldn't be. I mean, this time of day, they shouldn't be able to see anything different. I've lost count of how many we've caught. Just a little chunk. Well, 22, 23, 3 pounds.